Survey finds UK believes there are too many LGBTQ+ and minorities on TV. A new YouGov poll found that nearly half the British public believes LGBTQ+ people and ethnic minorities are overrepresented on TV. The survey of 1,000 people found that 44% of the public believe LGBTQ+ representation on TV did not reflect an accurate view of the UK population. It also found that 45% of the public felt similarly about ethnic minorities, while only 26% thought they were underrepresented. Shows such as The Last of Us, The White Lotus, Heartstopper, and Euphoria have been huge hits in recent years, and all have been praised for their representation of LGBTQ+ people. The YouGov figures show a striking difference compared with surveys in other countries, with France finding that only 19% of its population believed ethnic minorities to be overrepresented. The UK also has a higher percentage of citizens than Italy, France, Spain, Chile, and Australia who believe LGBTQ+ people are overrepresented on TV screens. This is despite a study published by the LGBTQ+ advocacy group GLAAD in December 2022, finding media representation is still failing LGBTQ+ people. GLAAD found that only 20.8% of films published by the 7 highest grossing film studios in the world included LGBTQ+ characters. Okay, so this from the citizens of the UK, a country whose current king once told the woman he was having an extramarital affair with that he wanted to live inside her trousers. Classy with a K.
With a K.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and I've said this before, probably on this very stage, but you know, it only seems like they're overrepresented when they've never been there to begin with. Right. Because I actually wrote, you know, if I had known that the actor playing Mr. Sulu was gay when I was watching Star Trek in its second run, if I had known that the actor playing Dad Brady as I was watching the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth runs, if I had known he was gay, Doogie Howser, who I'm still mad he didn't marry me. I mean,
Not too late.
No.
One day.
I think he's already married. But
He is.
He is married, and he's maybe a little too young for me. I like him seasoned. But no, it's
It's like my French fries.
Yeah.
Like my.
But all that would have been helpful, right? Knowing that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, even you know, I mean, Rock Hudson. Rock freaking Hudson, who was like the ladies' man. Right. It's like if, you know, and it's like how much more, I mean, because let's face it, I'm disturbed. But had I been, you know, how much more, you know, I remember being jealous of, you know, when I lived in New York, we had gay and lesbian youth in New York. I remember being jealous of them. Well, you know, the kids of today, they're seeing, you know, if they're watching the TV I'm watching, they're watching the Nate and Jeremiah Home Project and seeing these 2 gay guys raising their 2 kids, happily adjusted, living life, having a successful business, you know, not to mention God only knows who else.
Well, unless some of these Republicans have their way, those shows won't be on TV anymore.
That's true.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
And we all know that representation counts.
Of course.
I mean, I go so I can't speak for you, but you know, I have to wonder for you. You know, Laverne Cox in Orange Is the New Black, and it's like, okay, and I mean, that's a good-looking woman, I must say.
I mean, this frustrates me to no end, because the other part of the story too, right, was it's also ethnic minorities that are part of like the and it's so often for a very long time, if we saw ourselves on TV, queer people, people of color, so on and so forth, it was like, you know, as villains, or they would die at the end, and these were always tragic stories for a really long time, and there would be like there'd be like one mention, and usually the same person was all 8 things, and like, you know, and you would kind of just hint at it, and it was this this, constant erasure that really does take an enormous effect on our consciousness, like that is in your value and your sense of worth. It's almost like the argument for straight pride or something, like, hey, you see yourself on TV all the time,
yes.
right? Like, I mean,
Why do you need straight pride?
there are people who don't look like you, and there are people who don't talk like you and think like you, and that's why, and not just in front of the screen, but especially also behind the screen. We need more queer, people of color, writers and producers and people who are creating this content so that they could write themselves in.
Yes.
So, I mean, come on, people, do better. This survey is stupid.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.